Welcome everybody to another episode of 80s and 90s Rewind the Times. Today is a special episode. This one is actually one of my subscribers' requests. This is the first time I've had a subscriber request video, so I'm kind of excited about that. Actually super excited. I appreciate 3xl382. Thank you so much for asking me to do this video. It's actually one of my favorite topics to talk about. As you guys know, the 80s and the 90s are my two favorite decades. I love talking about them. I'll be 41 in September, and the 80s and 90s, to me, in my opinion, are the two greatest decades. Toys and the explosion of toys and cartoons and, you know, just everything. They were just great times, man. They were just great times. It wasn't so much of a technology-savvy era. It was more about, using our imaginations and, just going out and having fun, playing till the street lights came on. And playing Nintendo with your buddies, trying to, on stage on World 3.1 with World 3.2, trying to playing Super Mario Brothers, trying to hit the toad guy to get like 100 lives, or find the warp zone in World 4.2. All those fun things, man. And I miss those things to dear. I really do. But today is about another generation I do love actually talking about too. I do love this generation. It's the 60s. And one of my favorite shows to watch is the Twilight Zone. Man, there was a lot of. There was about 5 seasons, and Rod Serling hosted it, and it's pretty cool because it's a show mixed with horror and suspense, and there's always a twist. There's always like a weird twist to it. Every episode has this, like, you think things are going, and all of a sudden you're driving straight and quick left turn. It's like one of those type of shows, and the shows are just amazing. And they all have kind of like a meaning behind it. I mean, Rod Serling, the guy who did this show, was such ahead of his time. I mean, this show, if they put it on the air now, which I believe they tried to do, Jordan Peele, he just, I don't know, to me he didn't come off doing the show really, really good. But if Rod Serling ever, God rest his soul, he passed away at a very young age, actually, 56. But if he ever did this show nowadays, it'd just be, and he did it, I can imagine what he'd do with this generation, because if he did it with what he did with the 60s, in that generation, it'd be a phenomenal. And basically, like, a lot of actors, up and coming, like superstars, like William Shatner and Richard Donner, who's a director who did the Goonies and did the Lost Boys. Even Steven Spielberg did some shows, directed some shows. So it was like up and coming actors that became Burgess Meredith, who's the Penguin from the Batman '66 TV show, which is my favorite show. Love that Batman show. He was in there. I mean, there's some great actors, and the list goes on. But they made some toys that came out, and I've been collecting them over the years, and they are kind of pricey, but fortunately they're starting to go down. So, subscriber 3xl382, this is for you, buddy. He asked me if I could do an episode about some of the toys I have, and I actually got in one special toy a couple of days ago. So this video is like just perfect timing. So I'm gonna go over the ones I got, and I'll give you a description of what episode they're from and everything. Alright, guys. The first one is from episode 95. It's called Hocus Pocus Frisbee, and this is the alien from that show, from that episode. Basically, Hocus Pocus Frisbee is a guy. His name is his last name is Frisbee, and Hocus Pocus is basically what it means in the episode is he's a liar. He is a liar. He lies about everything. He invented the car. He flew around the world first. He did this. He did that. And there's these aliens that are in a spaceship, and they're just amazed by everything that this guy has done. Technology-wise, wow, this guy helped build cars. Well, he helped make the first bomb. Wow, he helped build the first house. Wow, he helped build the first airplane, and etc., etc. And the aliens look like this. They look just like this in the episode, and so cool, super cool looking. Love this one. This toy I got for about $50. It was up there for about $100 for a long time. I caught it on a buy it now for $50, so I got very, very fortunate with that. One thing I don't like is his head's not turned straight, so that's why I'm sorry if there's a glare, guys. But this is the alien from Hocus Pocus Frisbee, which is episode 95, guys. So that's the first toy. The second one is from the second figure I got is this is my favorite episode, my personal favorite. I'm a religious person, you know. I'm a born again Christian. I believe in God. I believe in I believe in the Lord. And this episode is just, if there's one episode, if anyone ever asked me, hey, what episode do you want to watch? The episode is actually episode 41, I believe, of season 2. This is the episode to watch. If there was one, I can watch this over and over again, and I actually do watch it over and over again. Each show's about 22, 23 minutes long, you know, commercials and stuff. But this one is amazing. It's pretty much, it's called The Howling Man. And it's about, and here's the figure from him, it's the devil. And basically what it is there's this man, he's stranded in a foreign country. And he's outside, he's hiking. And he's sick, he's wet, he's not feeling good. And all of a sudden he goes up to this house. And he's like, can you guys let me in? It's like a convent. And there's a bunch of religious people there. And he's like, can you please let me in? You know, I'm sick, I'm not feeling good. And when he goes in, he keeps hearing someone howling. And he's looking around like, it sounds like a wolf. And he keeps hearing the howling. And the people that are there say that the sick man can't stay there. And he's like, why? He's like, are you afraid that I'm going to learn something or I'm going to see something? You know, and they're like, no. And he's like, well, and all of a sudden the howling man keeps howling every like 5 minutes. And he's like, well, if you're trying to hide something from me, I can hear it. And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he goes, what do you mean? He goes, there's a man out there howling. And he's like, there is no man out there. And he's like, what do you mean? He's like, we seen him. He's howling. And he's like, well, and the guy that's sick's like, well, the guy that's sick is like, well, if I leave, I'll go tell the cops. And the guy that's there is like, why would you do that to us? He goes, yes. And he goes, well, I need to tell you the truth then. So all of a sudden the howling man starts howling. And the guy goes, you do hear this? And he goes, yeah. He goes, I have. So for the last 5 years, I've been hearing it every half hour, every 5 minutes. And he goes, well, why do you do that? He goes, because that is no man. I didn't lie to you. There is no man. That is the devil. And the devil, pretty much, whatever your weaknesses is, that's what he attacks. So he howls to get the attention of people because he wants them to feel bad for him. He says that men's weaknesses are kindness. And if you think about it, let's say we're fighting with our woman. We love her. We love our woman so much. And we're fighting with her or our child. And they look up to us and they, I'm sorry, daddy, or I'm sorry, baby. And we're like, oh, okay. And all of a sudden, next thing you know, they got us. You know, they got us. I hate to say it, but like they got us. And that's what the devil does. The devil sees that this man is locked behind a door. And there's this staff that's keeping him behind the door. And he can't get out. So he uses that man's weakness to open the door, and he comes out. And as he comes out, he starts walking past these cement barriers, these cement like walls, and as he's walking by, he's turning into the devil, and he escapes. Just an amazing story. It's my favorite one out of the whole series. If there's one episode to watch, it's this one. So this is from The Howling Man to the Devil. And then there is another episode. This is one of the most famous episodes that people talk about. This is episode 123. I believe it's season 5. It's called Nightmare at 2,000 Feet. It's with William Shatner. I believe it's his first episode in the whole series. Basically, he's about a man. He's losing his mind, and he went to a hospital for 6 months, and he tried curing himself. So he's on a plane. He's flying to another part of the country. No, he's flying home. He's flying home. And as he's on the plane, he sees this gremlin, they call it. It's a monster. And basically what he's doing is he's trying to tear the airplane apart. And he's trying to tell everybody that he sees this gremlin. And everyone's like, and every time he opens up his window to show the people this gremlin, the gremlin like disappears or he climbs up over the airplane. Like, it's just so cool. And at the end he ends up, well, I don't want to give it away. Well, it's kind of not really a spoiler because it's been over 50 years. But he ends up killing this gremlin. And nobody believed, but he knew, and he saved them. And it's just so cool. So this is the figure from that episode. Really cool looking. But here's the pride and joy that I got to go along with this. This is cool. Check this out. I got this in about a week ago. Well, a couple of days ago, I'm sorry. So let's say a week ago, whatever. It's the 12-inch version of the gremlin. This thing is so cool. It goes, first of all, in depth about the episode. And then, there it is. A giant figure of him. And there are more like this. There are more like this from other episodes. And when I get those figures in, I will do another episode about those figures. So that's the Gremlin. I believe he's 12 inches. This thing is so cool. I didn't pay a lot for this, believe it or not. I didn't pay a lot for this at all. I was shocked. Didn't pay a lot. I paid under $80, I believe. So that's the Gremlin. This thing's so cool looking. I love this. But that's that, guys. So I want to thank subscriber 3xl382. Thank you so much for asking me to do this. I really appreciate it, man. I just got another subscriber the other day, 55 subscribers. What do I always say, guys? 54 more than I ever thought I'd get. I really appreciate everything. Hope everybody's doing good. Everybody's taking care of themselves. God first and family. Today I'm gonna go work out. Been going through some tough times lately myself. Been actually really stressed out. I've got 2 children from 2 different women, which is nothing wrong with that. Not because there's people out there that might have that. Nothing wrong with that, but going through some tough times, man, and trying to keep my head straight and trying to, just be positive. Sometimes it's hard to be positive in a negative world, because there are more negatives sometimes than positive. But trying to put the smile on, and one of my big things is I go to the gym and I try to get my frustration out through that. So, but I got good people around me. I got an amazing girlfriend. I got my best friend lives with me. Her name is Crystal. She fucking love her to death. Love her to death, man. She lives with me. This girl, she's like my sister. And man, she'd do anything for me, and I vice versa do anything for her. She's like my kids' aunt. I mean, like my kids love her. My girlfriend's kids love her. So I got a good support system, but it still gets tough, Still gets tough out there, guys. So the gym helps me clear the mind and get some aggression out. So hope everybody, like I said, hope everybody take care of yourself, do good, and love, guys. So take care of yourselves. Peace, guys. Take care. Thanks again, subscriber 3xl382. Take care. Bye.